Good morning, everyone. I'm still having technical difficulties, but I think I got it kind of figured out. So, good morning. I hope you are still with me. So, I have a couple card ideas that I want to share today that feature the rubber band technique. So, if you haven't seen this technique or tried this technique, it's a lot of fun, and you can create all kinds of really cool backgrounds with some rubber bands just by stamping with a few rubber bands. So I'm going to show you that technique, and we're going to use the Seal of Approval stamp set from Stampin' Up. So it's got these cute little seals on it and just a variety of different greetings and things that you can use in your card making. So good morning, everybody. So this is what we're going to focus on, and we're going to make this fun little water background. So some of the water background was stamped with one of the images in the set, but we're going to use the rubber band technique to just kind of create the rest of the water. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that. So good morning. Good morning. Oh, good. Well, now you'll have some ideas, Julie, for using the set. So I'm going to move this out of the way, and we are going to focus on doing the rubber band technique. Rubber band technique. I have to not say that so fast. So what I'm using for these cards is I'm using some Tahitian Tide for the ink, and then I have my little rubber bands here on my acrylic blocks. So I recommend that you use. I'm going to make this a little bigger so you can see it. I recommend that you use some rubber bands that are the same size. You can use different sizes, but the thicker your rubber bands are, the less likely you will see the smaller bands on here. So you want to try to get, use the same size rubber bands. It just kind of crisscross them, and I twisted some of them and just put it around your acrylic block. And then you basically just ink up your rubber bands, and then you just stamp them down, and then you get, just a little bit of, in this case, it looks like water, but you just get a little bit of stuff with it. I'm going to just grab one of these cards here so I know what I'm doing. So let's make this one first. I'm just separating everything, guys. Hang on one second. Just want to make sure I have all my cards with the proper supplies because I didn't do that last time. Okay. So this is the one we're going to make. We'll make this. So I'm gonna just do this. Okay, so I'll tell you the size of everything. Oop, if I can. Boy, when I have technical difficulties, it really kind of throws me for a loop. Okay, so this is just a 3.5 by 4.5 inch piece of white cardstock. I'm gonna try to get a little bit more light on here. And then you're basically just gonna take your ink. Now I'm using the Tahitian Tide, and you're just going to ink up your rubber bands, and I'll just kind of start at the top, and you just go across the cardstock and just add your little, rubber band stamping. And you can see it just kind of puts little lines across the cardstock. So it works perfect for this stamp set for creating water, or it works perfect for if you have the Let's Sail stamp set, you can create a nice water background. But you can also use it just to, with multiple different colors just to create a fun background. So, all right, so here is the card that we're making. So isn't he cute? I just thought he was so cute. So I'm just using some basic gray cardstock for the base of my card. I just kind of went with grays and blues. Oops. There we go. So the first thing I'll do is just adhere this. So good morning, everybody. I hope you guys have been having a great weekend. At least I got my camera fixed. Although this might be a little bit dark because I was having trouble with my other camera, but hopefully you can see this okay. And then we're just going to add a little piece of designer paper. So this is just 1 by 4 inches, and we'll just add this kind of right across the center here, just to kind of break it up a little bit. And then I'm using some of that specialty vellum. So it's got the little silver polka dots on there, kind of reminded me of bubbles. So that's what I'm putting on next. So this is a 2.5 by 3 3/4 inch piece. So that's just going to go right in the center. So yeah, my light is acting a little bit weird today. Sorry about that, guys. I'm trying to fix the camera as I go. Me and technology, boy, I tell you. Just when I think I know what I'm doing, something weird happens. Oops, I forgot to stamp on this one. Well, let's see. Maybe we'll stamp right while we have it on here. See how that works. So I guess what I'm going to do, since I forgot to stamp on this before I put it on here, we'll just add some paper around it. And then we'll stamp our little image. See, that's what happens when I'm chatting and stamping at the same time. So there's one of the images in the set is this little, what do you call it? A little, kind of looks like a wave, I guess. I don't know what you call it. Somebody knows what this is called. You just stamp that on there. This actually works really good with the background that we're using. This little stamp here. So I stamped my little seal on scrap pieces of white cardstock, and then I just fussy cut them. So I'm into fussy cutting lately just because I like the look. And then I just added my little greetings. So this one, this design might look similar to something, another design that I have. I'm going to show you. We'll add our little greeting. And then I have an old heart punch. So I just punched out one of the hearts from some pink cardstock and then created that cute little look. So let's see, where is my other one? So this design might actually look familiar to you. I showed you guys this week. It's the exact same design, except instead of using designer paper, I used my little stamped, um, this piece that I stamped with rubber bands. I just used that instead of designer paper, but it's the exact same layout and the exact same design, just different products. So I just wanted to kind of show you guys that. So we'll put this one to the side, and then we'll stamp this one. So I'm going to, this light is really bothering me. I don't know if you guys are having trouble seeing. I'm gonna lighten it a little bit, maybe. There, that looks a little bit better. At least on my end, it looks a little bit better. The gray I used on the seal, I used smoky slate. And I actually should show you the inside, because on the inside, I stamped a little seal and then just put, some cardstock on the inside, or some designer paper on the inside. So cool. Okay, so here's the next one. So we're going to do our little rubber band stamping on this piece. So before I stamp with the rubber bands, I'm going to add that little swoosh or whatever it's called, this swooshy thing. We'll add that for our seal. And then I'm just going to take my rubber bands and just kind of add above, just kind of all over. Just add just like that. So that's a quick one. And let's see if you guys recognize this card design. So I'm just using Tahitian Tide for the base of this card. And then this is a 4 by 5 1/4 inch piece of white cardstock. So this is going to go on here. And if you guys were watching me last week, you know that I used this design last week when I showed you those wonderful world cards. So these are just 1.5 by 3 inch pieces of designer paper. And they're just going to go on the top and the bottom. See, I like to show you guys how to use your card layouts over and over again. So this layout is one that I used last week. And then this is a 2.5 by 3 3/4 inch piece of vellum. So this is that specialty vellum. So this specialty vellum actually comes with snowflakes and some other things. So um, I just really like the silver dots in there. I have a thing for dots. And then we're just going to add our rectangular piece across the center. And then we'll add our little seal. So I don't know if you noticed, but my little seal has some rosy cheeks. I actually used a little flirty flamingo, a little Stampin' Blend just to add those rosy cheeks, if you're wondering where that came from. So we'll add that. We'll add our little heart. And then our little greeting. So the greeting is stamped on a 1/2 inch wide scrap piece of white cardstock, and I just trimmed down the edges. That's all I did with it. All right. So that is card number 2. So let me show you. Here is one of the cards that I created last time. So it's the exact same layout. I just changed out the colors and, the focal point that I'm using. So it was, yeah, it was just kind of fun to play around with these layouts again with different stamp sets and different supplies. So definitely reuse these layouts that I share with you guys, because just because I created it with the seal here doesn't mean that you have to do that. And then on the inside, I added the little seal and another little heart. So that's that one. So have you guys done the rubber band technique? I'll try to pay attention to what you guys are saying to me. So the next one, we are going to, let's see. Oh, that was weird. Are you guys still there? All of a sudden, something went out here. Okay, so this is a 2 3/4 by 4 inch piece of white cardstock. We're going to make this one next. Isn't he cute? So this time I used some of the in color glitter paper behind it and my little rubber bands. So I recommend, if you're going to have your seal kind of sit like in this little spot here, just kind of lay the seal on here and then take your image, and it'll kind of give you an idea of where to stamp it just by using that little seal as a guide. And now we're going to take our little rubber bands and we are going to, whoops, we are going to add some rubber band stuff on the bottom. I should turn it. There we go. And let's add some more down here. Okay. So there's our little rubber band thing. Thing. That's the technical term, thing. All right. So now what we're going to do is we'll just put this all together. So I'm just using white cardstock for the base of my card. And then the glitter paper is just 2.5 inches wide, and it goes the complete, width or length of the card. So it's 4 1/4. So 2.5 by 4 1/4. So we will add this right across the center. Yeah, definitely go to the dollar store and get some rubber bands. It's just a fun technique. And of course, everything looks, everything you do is going to look a little bit different depending on how you put the rubber bands on. So it's just super fun. Just something different. This is a 3 by 4 inch piece of vellum. So this is kind of going to go off to the side a little bit. Before I adhere it, let's make sure it's in the right spot. That looks good. So you may have to add a little extra glue because things don't like to stick to glitter very much. I'll add a little bit more up here. That's the only bad thing about the glitter. Nothing likes to stick to it. It likes to stick to you, but nothing sticks to it. All right, so now we'll add our white piece that we did our stamping on. And I'll get all the dimensions and all this stuff up on my blog later, and I'll share the link with you. We'll get that down. And then we could just add our little seal. So I'll stamp the seal so you guys see how it stamps. I'll grab an extra piece of cardstock. And then we just add our little greeting. And then add the little heart. Notice I didn't add any like rhinestones or anything. I started to, but I thought I had enough bling with the glitter and with the others that when I added the rhinestones, it was too much. So I decided not to. All right, so that is card number 3. I think I stamped a cute little guy on the inside. Used a little bit more glitter on the inside. So it's just really cute. There's other greetings in here. Where'd my stamp set go? There it is. There's other greetings. I like this that you can, use it for Christmas if you want, but you can also use it, just to send general messages, warm wishes. I like the grandson, granddaughter. So just lots of cute little things that you can do. All right, this is you. So for this one, what I did is stamped across a 4 by 5 1/4 inch piece of white cardstock. So I have the large seal, which goes on the bottom, and then I have the smaller one. So I fussy cut these out. Yes, I did. I'm going to add my little swooshes here. I don't know what else they're called. My swooshes. So we'll add that one, and then this one will go down on the bottom. Let's see. Probably right about there. Oop. And then we will do our rubber banding across here. I gotta wipe some of this off. Hang on one second. All right, so let's add some rubber band stuff. So again, you just kind of go across your cardstock and you get just some fun little lines. And we'll add a little bit there and maybe a little bit there. There we go. So that's it. And actually you can use a baby wipe and just wipe off your rubber bands. You can also use your stamp cleaner to wipe off your rubber bands. So if you like the design that you create with your rubber bands, then you could just clean off those rubber bands just like you do a stamp and then save it for your next project. All right, so here is what we'll put together. So let me add this to our card front. I saw some really cool cards with that let's set sail using this rubber band technique too. So, all right. And then where is my stuff? So I have a 1.5 by 4-inch piece of this vellum. So this I just put right across the center. And then I have my little greeting that I stamped. Again, I just stamped this on. This one's a 3/4 inch wide piece of cardstock. I can tell you how long it is. Let's see. It's about 3 inches long. And then this is a 1 by 2.5. Yep, 1 by 2.5. So I just adhered these two together. We'll add some glue right across the center. This just kind of helped pop this out a little bit. Just adding this little strip behind it. It's also a great way to use up your scraps. So we'll add that. Put a couple dimensionals on here. All right. And then this will get popped up in the center. And then we just go ahead and add our little seals. That's it. And then you can add some twine or, whatever else you want to add. We'll add this one up here. Excuse me. Jeez. Then we'll add this one and one more heart. So that's the basic design. And then like I said, you can add some twine or whatever you want to add. And then I stamped a little seal on the inside and I just left it open, just to write a personalized message. So that is the fourth one. So let me bring these back so you guys can see them. So these are all the cards. And like I said, I'll get these out on the blog. I'm going to grab a scrap piece of paper here, just so that you guys can see what a second, actually. So I believe I used a smoky slate. So we'll find out. Oh, I got some weird mark on here. Hold on a second. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to just stamp this little guy down here. So the cool thing about this image is it automatically shades for you. Let me grab another piece of paper. Because I got a little heavy with that one. But the stamp, it has that detail already in it. So when you go to stamp it, it just, whoop. And this one I didn't do very good. It just automatically shades. I guess I have to push down a little bit harder. There we go. Isn't that cool? So you don't have to do a lot to it because the stamp really does everything it needs to for this. So I just wanted to show you how it stamps. And let's bring these back now. All right. So there you go, you guys. I don't know if you saw the seal of approval stamp set in the holiday catalog, but it is in there. And it is just a really fun little set. I just like the cute little seals. I think they're adorable. So let's see if I can come back on. There we go. So yeah, it's amazing what you can do with, your stamps and all kinds of supplies that you probably have around the house. So So I hope you guys enjoyed these little card ideas and you have some fun ways that you can use the rubber band technique in your stamping and in your card making. It's just a fun and simple little technique. It doesn't take much and it just kind of really gives the cards a cool look. So, all right. So, you guys, I hope you have a wonderful Sunday and a great rest of your week. And I will be back again next week with some more fun card ideas. So, take care, everybody. I will see you next week. Bye.